The purpose of this presentation on post-mortem examination is to highlight its crucial role in medical diagnosis, forensic investigation, scientific research, and legal proceeding. The significance of, of the case involving animals lies in the unexplained death necessitating post-mortem examination to identify diseases, safeguard animal health, and provide potential traits to other animals and humans. So this is the process on how we understand the crucial rule in terms of medical, diagnostic, scientific research, and legal proceeding to identify and explain death of an animals such as diseases. To acknowledge this kind of case, we have to study diagnostic of an animal to reduce the significant disease that may affect of other animals and also humans. What is post-mortem examination? Post-mortem examination is the procedure carried out after death to determine the cause of death. It is a specialized procedure requiring a good knowledge of animals' anatomy. The operator needs to know what normal healthy tissues look like, and this cannot be learned from books, only from experience. Um, Post-mortem examination, also known as an autopsy, is the examination of a body. After death, the aim of post-mortem examination is to determine the cause of death and to obtain a better understanding on how disease is spread. Objective and scope of post-mortem examination. The primary objectives of a post-mortem examination are to determine the cause of death, analyze underlying medical conditions, and provide valuable insights for medical forensic and research purposes, with a scope spanning medical diagnosis, legal investigation, scientific research, and public health consideration. The purpose of post-mortem examination is to determine the cause of death and related to medical condition and injuries.
Key stakeholders involved in post-mortem examination of animals typically include veterinarians, animal owners, laboratory technicians, animal pathologists, government animal health authorities, researchers, and farm managers, public health officials, educational institutions, insurance companies, and animal welfare organizations, each playing a distinct role in ensuring animal health, disease diagnosis, and welfare. So I have some example of the case of the post-mortem examinations case study investigating the respiratory disease outbreak of the swine herd. First is the initial represent. Initial represent, it is the body show external injuries or sign of the violence. However, it is the standing battle with diabetes and hypertension. Second is the autopsy procedure. During the autopsy, it is carefully examines the external body, noting any abnormalities. Third is the internal examination. Reveals significant findings, heart enlarged, common complication, of cultivated or created the hypertension. The fourth is toxology and hepatology. It is the report come back negative for drugs or toxins. It is reveals significant damage of the blood vessels. And the cause of death. Cause of death was the myocardial infarction or heart attack resulting from the complication or uncontrolled hypertension and diabetes. That's all the examples of the case analysis, or it is also the part of the case study of the investigating respiratory disease outbreak in a swine herd.
Investigations and post-mortem examinations. Preliminary investigation. Veterinarians conducted a preliminary assessment noting clinical signs like coughing, labored breathing, and increased mortality, all indicative of a respiratory issue. So, veterinarians nagkanda ka na sira unang assessment. about sa mga clinical signs like pag-ubo, pagkuri, paghinga, ngan pagtikadamo sa nagkakamatay. Ngan ini nga tanan nga signs is issue niya is ang pagkuri sa paghinga. Selection of pigs for necropsy. To investigate further, veterinarians selected several recently deceased pigs for post-mortem examinations, aiming for both affected and unaffected pigs. So, sa nagtikang necropsy is all about autopsy, right? They nag-start sila sa veterinarians is nag-start sila pag-investigate, which is called post-mortem examinations na nag-select sila sa mga deceased pigs aiming for mga affected ngan unaffected kay part iton siya sa post-mortem examination. External examination. Externally, no visible signs of injury or parasitic infestations were found. Nonetheless, a visual inspection is a critical starting point in post-mortem examinations. So, externally, wala sila nakita ng mga injury or mga parasitic infestations ngan pagkuan nila. Internal examinations revealed. So, kung waray sila makakita sa external mga injury, nga di kita sa internal examinations, which is nakakita sila severe lung congestion or hemorrhages. Severe lung congestion is, which means, itong nga pagad nagtirim po na nangangalako sa era dapit sa lungs ngan enlarged and congested lymph nodes nga nagtitikadakon ira dapit sa may lymph nodes nira kay nagtitirok naan ito na congestions ng fluid accumulations in the chest cavity. So ang mga fluid is nagtitikadamo didi sa nira chest nga nagkokos sa lung disease or lung injury. Next is microscopic examination. Tissue samples from the lungs and lymph nodes were examined microscopically. This confirmed the presence of Actinobacillus pleuropneumoniae, APP, a bacterial pathogen causing pneumonia in pigs. So, nagkandak sila microscopic examinations, which means na na-confirm nga may da sakit or may da disease and usa nga pigs, which ang tawag is Actinobacillus pleuropneumoniae or a bacterial pathogen na nagkokos sa pleuropneumonia in pigs. Case analysis. Disease identifications. The post-mortem examinations combined with clinical signs pointed to pneumonia caused by APP as the primary issue. Biosecurity measures. The farm implemented strict biosecurity measures to prevent further spread of the disease. Economic impact. The outbreak had an economic impact due to increased pig mortality, treatment costs, and measures to prevent disease. Isolations and treatment. Infected pigs were isolated and appropriate antibiotic treatment was initiated to control the disease.
Next is the market research. The purpose of market research on post-mortem examination of animals is to assess consumer preference. So, consumer preference includes here the taste or the satisfaction of the product after they bought it. And industry practices includes here the common procedures, methods, standards, and behaviors related to animal-derived product, encompassing product safety, animal welfare, sustainability, and emerging trends to inform business strategies and regulatory issues. Market research report about post-mortem examination services. Post-mortem examination or the necropsy of swine is a vital means that it
the important procedure used to determine the cause of death of the animal, diagnose diseases, and enhance the overall health and well-being of swine populations. This market research report provides insight into the global markets for post-mortem examination services of swine, offering valuable information for stakeholders in the swine industry. Key findings: market size and growth. The global post-mortem examination of swine market is estimated at million US dollar in 2023. Projected compound annual growth rate, or the CAGR percent, is expected from 2023 to 2028. Factors contributing to market growth includes the expansion or the paglawak of the swine industry, the need for disease control, the tools, materials, or the high technologies for controlling this disease, and enhanced disease surveillance. Market segmentation by type of examination and by end users. For routine post-mortem examinations are swine farms and production facilities. Outbreak investigations, the one that assess that is veterinary clinics and diagnostic laboratories. Then research and diagnostic services, end user of that is research institution and university researchers. Key market trends. Disease surveillance. Growing importance of post-mortem examination for disease surveillance and monitoring commercial swine production. Technology adoption. Increasing utilization of advanced diagnostic technologies, including PCR. So PCR means um, a laboratory that or technique for rapid producing millions to billions of copies of a specific segment of DNA, which can then be studied in greater detail. And serology. Serology is the scientific study of serum and other body fluids. Then the histopathology. So histopathology is the diagnosis and the study of disease of the tissues. Then One Health approach, recognizing the pagkakaiba, the difference between animal, human, and environmental health, driving comprehensive post-mortem examination. Our regional analysis, North America and Europe currently lead the market, supported by established means developed swine industries and stringent disease control measures. Emerging markets in Asia Pacific and Latin America are expected to witness significant growth due to expanding swine production and focus on disease prevention. Emerging means the developing markets in Asia Pacific and Latin America. So the regulatory environment, frameworks for swine health and disease control vary by region and the country. They have the different swine health and disease control by every region and every other country. Compliance with local means that to follow the local and international regulation for essential laboratories and diagnostic centers. So our future outlook, the market for post-mortem examination of swine is expected to grow steadily or continuous, driven by increasing swine production, the need for rapid disease diagnosis, and focus on food safety. That's all.